So I recently got this in the mail and cut to... That was not a cut. Why is the default transition a dissolve? I mean, well, anyway, this is of course The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, an anime series, actually just The Wizard of Oz, Ozu no Mahotsukai, from 86 to 87 that adapted not just The Wizard of Oz, but also the second, third, and sixth books. The episodes were also dubbed into English and ran on HBO, probably some other places, but I just know HBO for sure. These story arcs were also edited into 4 English-dubbed compilation films, narrated by an overhyped Margot Kidder. I mean, look at this! I should say unnecessarily narrated. Well, actually, so far I've only seen the first one. I saw it when it first aired on HBO, which, considering I was going to the Art Institute of Pittsburgh at the time, means it couldn't have been earlier than 1988 or later than 1990. But, I could nitpick this thing to death, and maybe I will someday in the future, but I had one really big thing that stuck out in my mind, and that was that unlike the 1939 film where Dorothy and her companions all see the wizard as a group and he manifests as a giant head with flame accessories, in the original 1900 book, they all see him individually and he appears to Dorothy as a big giant head, and the Scarecrow, who's next in line, thinks, a head will know how important a brain is. I'll get my brain for sure. But the wizard appears to the Scarecrow as a beautiful woman. Then the Tin Woodsman is next, and he thinks, a beautiful woman will know how important a heart is. I'll get my heart for sure. Sorry, but I so rarely get a chance to use in a sentence. But instead, the wizard appears to him as a ferocious beast. Yeah, there was no illustration. And the Cowardly Lion thinks, oh boy, a beast like me. A beast will know how important courage is. Yeah, you would have thought they'd have figured out the pattern by now, so it should come as no surprise to the readers, at least, that the wizard now appears as a big ball of fire. Oh, poopy. The compilation film had them seeing the wizard individually and him being a head each time. I need to start writing scripts for these. The TV series is faithful to the book. Though for whatever reason they ignore the whole a blank would know how important a blank is theme, and let's just say that this does not match the description in the book. Now, the one possible theory was that, the head was CGI. I remember when I watched it originally thinking that the head might be done in CGI. I mean, here it clearly isn't in the original, but you can see it's kind of vector graphic shaped, so it's not unlikely that they might redo it in CGI, especially since they did add some CGI. So I bit the bullet and watched this after, a 20-year gap? They all saw him as a head. Nope, the head was not redone in CGI, and this time I noticed that they never showed the other ones in the same shot as the head. I think they were just trying to shave off a few seconds. And there is a lot of narration there, which means Margot Kidder's unnecessary narration may actually have been necessary for one point. As far as the CGI goes, it was only in the opening credits. I know. I watched all 1 hour, 33 minutes, 22 seconds of this. And the audio is in this weird 4.0 mix. Weird. So next time I see any panel where somebody makes a mistake that could have been solved by doing some research, I might not keep my mouth shut. Incidentally, I did pay the license for the Blu-ray player software, but between getting a new laptop and not using it in a while, I can't find my passcode. I've emailed them.